People with a high level of integrity versus people with a low level of integrity. That's the topic we're going to be discussing here tonight live. So stick around for all that and much, much more that's coming right. Whoa! Live from Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, and I repeat, most importantly, you are open. I think you get the hint. Open to suggestions and change. Please consider subscribing and then banging that bell so that way you won't miss a single thing when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. That is absolutely, positively 100%, if not 100%, 1,000,000% correct. I am here to help as many people as possible get the best possible grips on their lives so that way each and every one of you can accomplish whatever it is that your hearts desire. That's what it's all about over here on the Grip on Life channel on YouTube. And also, I'm simulcasting live once again on Facebook tonight. That's what it's all about on the Facebook end of things as well. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. Oh, my gosh. Will, you're going to make a grown man cry. And that's rather embarrassing for a strong, confident alpha male like myself to cry live on the air. I mean, it's not like I haven't done that before out here on YouTube, on my former channel when I had a little bit of a meltdown after I went through a breakup, but I've been transparent about it. But Will, you're not going to make me repeat history here tonight, are you, dude? Well, God. Anyway, before we continue, I need to make sure that the notification has gone out on YouTube, and it has. Oh, man, I'm going to start creating some more members-only content now. A lot of members are joining the channel over here. I have 19 members-only videos on YouTube, but I need to start creating more and doing some more special things for the members. You folks are forcing me to do that, and I love it. I love it. Thank you for holding me accountable. Even a coach needs to be held accountable as well. I'm a human being, right? Let me also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure things are rolling smoothly there as well. And it absolutely is rolling quite well. We got 7 people in the box on YouTube. And we've got nobody out there on Facebook yet, but that usually changes. But let me also make sure that things are rolling smoothly on the Facebook end of things, as always. Better to test it on the beginning than find out later that half your stream wasn't going through on the Facebook side, right? On the Facebook end of things, as always. Better to test it on the beginning. It looks like it is rolling later that half your stream quite well. On the Facebook side, right? Excellent. Excellent. On the Facebook end of things, muy excelente, like they say, like my Spanish friends say. Coach Eli is very diverse. He loves everybody, despite where you come from, despite your ethnic background, despite your age, your race, your sex, your national origin, your sexual orientation. I love each and every one of you. The only thing, if I even pass judgment on anything, which I really don't, if I were to pass judgment on anything, it would just be based on your behavior. That's all that matters to me, is your behavior. If you're a good person and you're open to learning new things that are going to help you move forward, that's what I'm looking to connect with. If not, toodaloo. Good luck. Thanks for stopping by, right? Will, let me get to the YouTube chat here because it's already rolling. American Dream 6.2 says, Coach Eli with 100 keep it real emoji and the thumbs up. Channel member and moderator, American Dream 6.2. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. American Dream says, amen and support. Thank you, bro. And thank you for banning that troll at the beginning of the show. American Dream 6.2 says, lasagna and French garlic bread night. That sounds pretty tasty. Very fattening, though, bro. But you're in good shape, and I think you manage your eating habits quite well, bro. You take good care of yourself. So a little lasagna and French garlic bread every now and then. All those extra, carbohydrates. Those, what do you call them? Those are the empty carbs, bro. They're not complex carbohydrates, the good carbs, but that's okay. We got to have some bad carbs every now and then, right? The simple carbs is what they call them, right? The simple carbs, where those are the carbs when you eat them, the carbohydrates, they turn to fat, and what happens? Fat turns to sugar, right? Sorry, it turns to sugar. Sorry, carbohydrates turn to sugar, and the sugar turns to fat. My apologies, I screwed that up. It's been a while since I talked about health out here. If you folks want me to do some health and fitness streams down the road, let me know. I used to do a bunch of those on my former channel with my ex-girlfriend, my girlfriend at the time, and they were quite helpful. So if you folks want me to do some of those, I will do more of those from the field with my iPhone. Maybe I'll do some live streams from the field again, and some more pre-recorded videos in 4K at 60 frames per second on my iPhone. So you folks let me know what you want, and I'll give you more of what you want. I've got a lot of knowledge in many aspects of, our personal lives and our business lives as well. I've experienced a lot, and I want to share that with each and every one of you. Okay, let's see. Not So Nerdy Gaming's in the house. Hey, everyone. Hey, Will, how you doing? American Dream 6.2 is smiling. And Will, welcome to sponsor $4.99. Will, you did not have to do that, bro. But hey, again, I'm not going to tell any man or woman how to spend their money, but I appreciate it, bro. And by the way, Will, a.k.a. Not So Nerdy Gaming. Will sent me a thumbnail to his upcoming stream, which is going to happen live on his channel after the show ends here. Your thumbnail is incredible, dude. You have really, really stepped up your game. Dude, I'm just so proud of you. Turning your life around compared to last year, it's like night and day. I'm sure you agree. He got out of the bad situation he was in. He got a great job. His living environment's a lot better. He's happier. He's been focused also on his YouTube channel as a secondary, thing that he's doing. And just rebranded from Furious Reactor Gaming. Before that, he was 8-Bit Reactor. And now he's Not So Nerdy Gaming. Great branding name. He's also making more eye-popping thumbnails. Will sent me his thumbnail before I went live here. And dude, I'm so proud of you. Now listen, Will, again, it's going to take time to build your audience and for them to get used to your new branding. So don't be disappointed if your traction doesn't grow right away. Keep doing what you're doing, Will, because look, right now, I'm just starting to get a little more traction than I was getting 2 or 3 months ago. But 2 or 3 months ago, when I changed things up over here on my channel, it took a while for me to really get it going to where it seems to be headed right now. And I'm going to continue helping you, bro. I'm going to continue helping you. American Dream 6.2 with the $3 kitty cat super sticker. Gosh, you guys. Oh, the super chats are so fun, aren't they? The super chats and the super stickers and the channel memberships and all of that. I'm floored. I'm actually, really grateful and thankful. I'm just floored and blown away. Thank you so much, folks. I appreciate it. I know money isn't easy to earn and come by. And for you folks to even spend a few of your dollars with anyone, it's a gift, folks, and it's a privilege. And it's an honor. I mean, it's an honor for me to, feel that I'm worthy of your money. And I'm just saying that humbly here. Humbly, okay? Mrs. J.R. Heminger Paglia. Hi, Coach and panel. Hello, Mrs. J.R. Let me check out your channel real quick and see. 12 subscribers. Joined February 12th, 2020. So I'm assuming you're a troll. That's okay. That's okay. We have our mods that'll keep an eye on people. If you're not a troll, no worries. It's just your account is pretty new. Actually, it's not new. It's from last year. My apologies. February 12th, 2020. This is 2021. So it's about a year old. Forgive me if you're not a troll. But we get trolled pretty heavily over here, so we're pretty leery when new people come in. But welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Not so nerdy gaming. Thanks. And I had keto tonight, grilled chicken and greens tonight. You're trying to get back into really good shape, huh, Will? That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. American Dream 6.2. Stay the course. That's what American Dream 6.2 says. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. American Dream. Lots and lots has happened since we last talked a few days ago. American Dream, are you working tonight or are you off tonight? And by chance, do you have time to talk later tonight? I don't know what time zone you're in. American Dream, what time zone are you in? Are you on the East Coast, Central, Mountain, or Pacific? I'm Pacific time. I don't know if you're going to be around, sometime between 10 and 11 Pacific, which is about 1 or 2 Eastern. 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. Eastern. If you are, I'd love to talk with you by phone again. I've got some things to update you on that I would rather not discuss publicly because I'm sure, we're being watched right now as it is. we know we're being watched. It's okay. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I'd rather talk with you privately about some stuff, and it's all good, man. I'm off, Coach, Central Time. Will you be up around midnight or 12:30 or maybe 1 a.m. Central? I will text you if that's okay with you. And if you are, I'd like to touch base and share some things with you. Interesting stuff that's transpired. Dream says absolutely. I'm a troll, but not here. LOL. Well, who do you troll, Mrs. JR? Be honest with me. Do you troll people that I know? That you disagree with what they're doing? Like, you can be honest. It's all right. As long as you're respectful, it's all right. American Dream says, it's a pleasure and it comes from the heart. Thank you so much, bro, again, for the $3 super sticker. And again, thank you, Will, for becoming a $4.99 sponsor. I'm going to be creating some more members-only content probably starting this week. I have 19 videos up. And down the road, when I get my memberships, I think I have almost 10 members now. When I get to about 30 members, I'm going to start doing some occasional members-only live streams, to that specific group of people. And unfortunately, those streams will not be available to moderators. Now, if I do a public stream and have members-only chat, the mods can chat for free. But for members-only content, like members-only live streams and members-only content, even if you're a moderator, you still have to become a channel member. Now, I'm not pushing my mods to purchase a membership or anything like that. I'm just letting you know, if you do want to be a part of that, unfortunately, that would, cost a minimum, $4.99, monthly sponsorship, membership on this channel here on the YouTube side of things. Let me check out Facebook. One person's viewing. I'm assuming that's probably going to be Darren. If that's you, Darren, say hello. Whoever's on Facebook, say hello. We'd love to engage with you. Moonchild's in the house. Hey, hi all. I'm here, just laying here listening. Welcome to the show, Moonchild. Glad you could make it. Glad you stayed awake. Is it still cold in your neck of the woods? How's the weather? Are you still below zero out there in your neck of the woods? American Dream 6.2. Hi, Miss Moonchild. Moonshot says, hi, Dream. Dream says, I am off. He says, absolutely for the call. I think so. Yes, sure, he says. American Dream, that is. Not so nerdy gaming, no prob. It is the least I can do. No, bro, you don't owe me anything. Let me tell you something, Will. I'm proud to help people with no reciprocation necessary. That's the way I live my life. Now, when you treat people that way, people naturally feel like they want to reciprocate. I get that. I appreciate you doing that. But truly, from the bottom of my heart, Will, and anyone else, I just want to see people get a better grip on their lives. I just want to see people, grasp life by the horns and make something out of themselves. Everyone is capable of creating greatness. It's just sometimes we get stuck in a rut, or we get caught up with the wrong people, and it kind of throws us off course. And all I'm here to do is help people get back on course. And you weren't necessarily off course, Will. You just got yourself in a situation where you didn't know it was going to end up that way. Because if you did think it was going to end up the way it did, you would have never gotten into it in the first place, right, Will? Plus, you're a little bit younger too, and you've learned from this. But I have to say, Will, even at your age, being under 30, you're very mature and you are very knowledgeable compared to most other dudes your age. At some point down the road, Will, when I get this really going here, maybe you and I can do some coaching together. I think that is something you would really enjoy. If you were to add kind of like a coaching aspect to your gaming, like you help uplift people while you play your games also, Will, I think that would just skyrocket your channel. Because with no disrespect, the gaming community, there are a lot of different types of people in the gaming community, but the gaming community typically has more of the nerdy type of, introverted type of group of people. I'm not saying extroverts don't game, they do, but more so it's the nerdy type of shy type of people is what I'm trying to say, introverted type of people. And see, Will, that's not you. Like, you're a little more extroverted than introverted, kind of like me. You're a little bit more outgoing, but you're also very smart. You've got the brains of a nerd like myself, and you got the appearance and the attitude of a jock, right? That's a great balance right there. And I think you could really, really sell that to your audience. When I say sell, not necessarily sell it for money. I mean, you're going to make money, but get them to buy into you emotionally, right? And enjoy being around your channel more often, right? Yes. Thanks. 7 above tonight. It snowed earlier, so it's positive 7 degrees Fahrenheit. That'd still be way too cold for me out here in Northern California in the San Francisco Bay Area, but thanks for sharing. Moonchild, what kind of gaming? Steam, PlayStation, Nintendo, Switch? He's, I believe, PS4. PS4, right, Will? Will, you have not upgraded to the PS5 yet, right? I think you're PS4, if I remember correctly. All right. So tonight, folks, we are discussing surround yourself with high integrity people, and everything else naturally falls into place. One more time. Surround yourself with high integrity people, and everything else naturally falls into place. Tonight, there are going to be 2 parts to this show. The first part, like I did yesterday, I'm going to share a few examples of dealing with people in my personal life, dealing with people in the business world, okay? And, how to identify people that have a high integrity so you focus more of your time working with those people. How to also identify people that have a low level of integrity or no integrity or are playing games and just trying to take advantage of you for their own benefit. For me, if I'm going to deal with somebody, on a personal or professional basis, and when I say personal, that includes my friends, my guy friends, or, sometimes even guys can be friends with some women, So I'm talking about my platonic friends. I look to see if they have integrity. Also, the women that I date, that's extremely important. They need to have a great, strong level of integrity, right? Same thing for you ladies. You want to be with a man that has a high level of integrity as well. And on the business side of things, having a high level of integrity, for example, if you're an entrepreneur like me, and you're out here on YouTube and you're looking to collaborate with other YouTubers, which is a phenomenal way to grow, you want to work with someone that has a high level of integrity to the point of where it's not going to be one-sided, okay? It's not going to be more valuable for them. It's not going to be just about you helping them and they not helping you in return and making it a mutually beneficial thing. I'll share more about that in just a second here. So, anyway, sorry, I just got a message behind the scenes. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you, Not So Nerdy Gaming. Not So Nerdy Gaming, you've been really loving the moderation tools lately, right? Let's see. American Dream 6.2 on the YouTube side of things says, we evolve and need to find what's our best for our future. It takes time, but we can profit from knowledge. Anyone can change. Yeah, anyone can change. I think people are made to be a certain way, but they can better themselves. For example, American Dream, if someone was raised to not be the greatest person, to be a manipulator, to make it appear like the people they're associating with, it's going to be mutually beneficial to associate with them. But what happens with these people that have a low level of integrity, they will pretend to be a good person to get other people to do things for them. And once they get what they want, they run off and leave. A lot of times I've seen this happen in dating relationships between men and women, where a really sexy, beautiful woman in her 20s, is seeking out to gain some resources from a man, whether it be money, whether it be, gifts or whatever, right? And she manipulates the guy to think that she's interested in him when she really isn't. And the guy pays attention to her solely on the fact that it's a hot chick that's paying attention to her because he's never had that kind of attention before. So, at that point, he's invested. And then she starts asking him for things. And then he feels the need to do those things in order to keep her around, which that is true. She's not going to stick around if you don't keep giving her those things. But at the same time, you're not going to get what you really want, which is below her waist, by doing that, right? And that's not the type of person that you should be associating with. That would be a woman that has a severe lack of integrity, in my opinion. So you have to learn how to identify those types of people, right? And in those situations, this is one of the first examples I want to share, okay? Like, in that particular situation, the way you can test that is, you hang out with her 2 or 3 times before you do anything for her. Like the first time I meet a woman, if it's from online dating, which is where everyone is dating nowadays, I meet them for a brief 30-minute meeting, like at a supermarket parking lot. We could sit in my car and just talk. I don't even go for coffee anymore. I don't go for coffee. I don't go for a walk. I don't do anything. I meet them for 30 minutes in a supermarket parking lot. And why is that? Because women are going to know within 2 to 3 seconds of seeing you if there's any possibility of it moving forward. They're going to feel the attraction or they're not, right? So why are you going to waste, a full day, spending time with a woman that's not going to be interested in you after 3 minutes? Then you're stuck on a date with her and she's stuck with you for the whole day, right? Does that make sense? Okay. So you meet for 30 minutes, you talk, and if there's a second date, if she texts you after that or reaches out to you after that, or you reach out to her and she wants to hang out again, if you get a second date with her, that means she has some level of interest in you, or a pretty decent level of interest in you. But you're still not out of the woods yet, okay? You go on a second date. The second date, you make it very simple. Okay. The second date, you spend a half a day with her or so, and you say, hey, let's meet up for a hike, right? You meet up for a hike, right? And that's all you do. You do a hike, a 2 to 3 or 4 hour hike, and you talk on that hiking trail and you see how you get along. What does that cost you? Not much. I mean, I bring some snacks and some water and some other, drinks, right? In my hiking backpack, I put it in my hiking backpack. What does that cost me? Maybe $20, not a big deal, right? Okay. And then if that's going well on that hiking date, right? And let's say, she's showing you signs that she wants to be affectionate or something like that, then you can say, hey, things seem to be going well. I'm enjoying your company. Would you like to, grab some dinner before I take you home, right? So now you've gone on 2 dates, right? Now you've gone on 2 dates. Things seem to be going well. If she wants to go on that third date, this is what I would plan. On that third date, I would plan, hey, I really enjoy your company. And you know what? It just feels amazing being around you. Would you like to go away for a weekend? Well, don't you think that's too soon? It's only our third date. No. I mean, I have a great time with you, and you seem to be having a great time with me. We can get away, and you tell them I'm not expecting anything. But the truth of the matter is, you're looking to see, is she into you? Does she want to be intimate with you, right? Because until a woman is intimate with you, or a man's intimate with a woman, until there's intimacy, then it's really not there. Once the intimacy happens with no monetary obligation, you're not going to know whether it's real or not. You're not going to know whether she has, integrity or not, or her intentions are pure or not, right? Okay? So that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do in that situation. Let me check the chat. I'll share a few more examples, and then I'm going to take a quick break before I come back. And I'm going to be reading an article today and putting my own spin on it, sharing my thoughts from Psychology Today. It's called 6 Steps to Leading a Life of Integrity. One more time, 6 Steps to Leading a Life of Integrity. But let's check the chat here real quick. Moonshot says, oh, okay. Yep, PS4 says, not so nerdy gaming, a.k.a. Will. Moonshot says, my son is a gamer. I only play a few games on my phone. Not so nerdy gaming has the hammer and hitting the devil troll. Thank you, Will. It's all good. It's all good. Now, another example of someone that does not have integrity. Okay? And I'm gonna speak more about, guys going through this, but ladies, I'm sure you've gone through this on the flip side. It just more so happens to men, so I'm just gonna use a man for example here. If you're a guy and you use online dating, like I said, we all pretty much use online dating nowadays, especially now with the COVID thing. There really is no other way to meet, But if you're a guy and you've been talking to a woman online, and then you message back and forth, you trade numbers and you talk, right? And then let's say you set up a date with her, right? Like I've heard stories on other coaching channels and through my friends where this has happened, right? Like I said a few minutes ago in the story I shared, there's a simple way to correct this, right? This is the situation you don't want to put yourself into, right? So you basically talk with a woman, right? And it's going well on the phone. You've seen each other's pictures. You are attracted to each other's pictures. You like each other's profiles. You like the conversation you had. Everything seems to be going well, right? So you as the guy say, okay, how about we meet at this restaurant for dinner, at 6 o'clock, right? And let's say she lives an hour away. And to be a good guy, you make reservations at a restaurant in her area, right? I used to do this in the past, and I know there are guys that still do this, but you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second, right? So you make those reservations, and she agrees to the reservations, right? Okay. She agrees to the reservations. Okay, and you plan this date like 5 days in advance, right? Let's say it's Sunday or Monday, and you're going to meet, Saturday night for dinner, right? Okay. So you make the plans, right? 6:00 at the restaurant in her area. So Saturday comes, you dress up, you smell good, you shower, you shave, you look good, right? You're ready to rock and roll. You prepare for the date all day, right? You show up at the restaurant at 6 p.m. and she's not there. You text her, she doesn't get back to you. 30 minutes later, she gets back to you and says, oh my gosh, I didn't know we were still on. I forgot about our date. I didn't hear from you all week. Oh, okay. So that to me is a woman that has a lack of integrity. That to me is a woman that has a schedule that's all over the place. That's a woman that's not able to balance her life, probably having to do with her work and her personal life, like I've talked about in the past, right? How many of you guys had actually in the past set up a date like that and you show up the day and time, you scheduled it 5-6 days in advance and she didn't show up, and then you text her and she said she forgot or this and that, and she could be ready in an hour and be there, right? Like at that point, I would say forget it. It's over, right? So how do you prevent that from happening? Because that used to happen to me quite often in my younger days. And like I said, the best way to correct that is to not take a woman out to dinner on a first date. Do not meet for coffee. Do not meet for lunch. You definitely want to meet in the evening. You never want to meet the first few times that you meet a woman, at least maybe the first time, you want to meet in the evening. Do not meet during the day. It's horrible. It's happened to me before, says Will. Absolutely. Let me see here. Okay, no other messages there. So how do you solve this issue? Like I mentioned a second ago, don't take a woman out to lunch, dinner, or coffee on a first date. You meet with her for 30 minutes in a public place, like at a supermarket, in a supermarket parking lot, and you sit in her car or your car for 30 minutes and you talk. And you look to see if you feel the chemistry for each other when you see each other, because you're not going to know until you meet, right? That's the best way to prevent, from what happened to this particular person or other people happening to you, right? And even if you're going to meet in a supermarket parking lot for 30 minutes to see if there's chemistry the first time you meet, right? Guys, you always want to follow up with the woman at least on the day of meeting her before you step on out to meet her. Maybe the night before you have a phone conversation, and then the day of, you get up that morning and you're like, I look forward to seeing you later tonight. Have a great day, right? Nothing wrong with that. It's not needy. It's not weak. It's not insecure. It's not desperate. It's basically being polite, but at the same time, it's also reminding her that we've got a date tonight, right? And then you look to see if she responds to that text, right? You send her a text. I look forward to meeting you later tonight. Enjoy your day in the meantime. That's it, right? And if the date's still on and she's excited to meet you, she will text you back within a few hours. No doubt about it, right? She will text you back. I look forward to seeing you too. Smiley face, right? You know what chicks do. They say, I look forward to meeting you. Yay, yay, smiley face, emoticons, right? Right? Smiley face, hearts, kitties, dogs, whatever the chicks do when they're feeling emotionally happy, right? You know how it goes, right, guys? But if you don't get that, let's say you get no response by a certain time. Let's say your date's that evening, right? Let's say your date is at 8 o'clock at night, right? And you message her at 8 in the morning. and it's like 2 or 3 in the afternoon and you haven't heard from her, right? At that point, I would send her one final text and say, I'm not sure if you got my last message, which they did, but they just don't care. But before you go driving out there and she doesn't show up, you send that follow-up text, right? I'm not sure if you got my last message, but I just wanted to make sure that we're still on for tonight at 8 o'clock at this place, right? Give her an hour or two to respond to that. You text at 1 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock. If she's responded to you by 3 o'clock, you move forward. If she gets back to you anytime after 3 o'clock, then if I was you, if she gets back to you after that, oh, sorry, I've been busy all day, haven't had a chance to get back to you. No, that's BS. You're not going to sit here and tell me that between 8 and 3, okay, which is what, 7 hours? Between 8 and 3, that this woman didn't have 10 seconds to respond to you and say, I look forward to seeing you tonight. See you there. She doesn't go to the bathroom on her break. She doesn't get an hour or half-hour lunch break. Guys, you got to understand, if a woman is really into you, she's going to get back to you right away or almost right away. She's going to make sure that you know she's going to be there, right? So if by 3 o'clock she hasn't responded to your text, date's off, right? And it's over. Pretty much it'd be over right there because she has a lack of integrity, okay? If she gets back to you at 4 or 5, oh, I was so busy at work, I didn't get a chance to get back to you earlier. I'll see you later tonight. At that point, I'd say, well, I didn't hear back from you for 7 hours to confirm, so I made other plans tonight. I'm sorry. Whether you have plans or not, tell her you made other plans because you want to show her that your time is valuable. And at that point, you don't reschedule a date with her. Okay? At that point, the only way she's going to get a chance to go on a date with you is now she has to call you, text you, arrange a date, and then come to your area, right? You understand that? Because if you don't hold her accountable in that way, and she has a huge lack of integrity beyond what she's shown to you, it's only going to get worse. It's going to be a waste of your time. Does that make sense? You want to surround yourself with high integrity people, including the women you date if you're a man, including the men you date if you're a woman, right? Does that make sense to you? Okay. Let me see here. American Dream 6.2 moderator and channel member. He's got the eyes. These eyes, right? These eyes. Yeah, I'm sure you remember that song, American Dream. These Eyes, great song. Back from, I think, the 70s, I believe it was. Maybe late 60s, early 70s. Some great music back then. Moonchild with the big cat eyes. Are those cat eyes or owl eyes? Number 1 pool player is back. Good evening, chat and Grip on Life. Welcome to the show. Hashtag 1 pool player. Thank you so much for being here. Folks, I'm going to share one more example here of people that have integrity and lack integrity. And I'm not going to be specific. I'm just going to speak generally about this. Out here on YouTube, or anytime you're running a self-employed business, one of the best ways to grow your business is to collaborate with other people. Out here on YouTube, they call it collab. We have short code for everything nowadays, especially out here on YouTube, right? So, collabing with other YouTubers like I do, American Dream's a YouTuber, okay? And pretty much most of my moderators are YouTubers. Collabing with other YouTubers is going to help all of us further grow because, in essence, what we're doing is we're sharing each other's audiences amongst all of our channels that we individually built for ourselves, right? And so the more that you collaborate with people, the better chance we have of spreading each other's messages, right? Okay? But how do you know if somebody is worthy of collaborating or not? Okay? Well, you have to look at their actions. Okay, you can reach out to a YouTuber, send them an email, and see how long it takes for them to get back to you. Now, there are some YouTubers that are just too busy because they've grown their channels, to 1 million plus subs, etc. So my advice would be, if you're going to collab with somebody, let's say out here on YouTube, find channels that are at your same level. Find channels that have a similar sub count as you. I'm like right around 4,000 subscribers, just under 4,000 subscribers here. Okay. So I'm going to look for channels anywhere from a couple hundred to 10,000 subscribers. I feel if I go any higher than 10,000 subscribers, maybe, I'm not big enough for them to perceive enough of the value to want to fairly and equally work with me, right? Does that make sense to you? Okay. Betty Davis I says Moonchild. So reach out to these creators by email. You can typically find their email by going to their channel, right? Alex, what's up, bro? Alex, why aren't you on YouTube? Alex, you're on the Facebook side of things, bro. How about you come on over on the YouTube side? It'll be easier to chat with you there. I'm on YouTube, bro. Alex the Beer Master is over on Facebook and not on YouTube with his mod wrench. Come on, Alex. So you send, let's say, you send a YouTuber an email, for example. You make them aware, hey, I came across your channel. I'm a YouTuber. You're a YouTuber. You create similar content as I do. I feel that, we can bring a lot of great value collaborating on some projects together. Are you open to collaboration, right? Okay. And if they say yes, arrange a phone call and talk with them on the phone and get an idea of the personality that they have. Do they seem to be like an easygoing person to work with? And do you feel they're the kind of person that's one-sided, meaning that they're just looking to take and not give, or are they about creating a mutually beneficial collaboration, right? You understand what I mean? American Dream 6.2 says, hi, Alex. Well, I wish you would come over here on YouTube. I met him through YouTube. We have connected on Facebook, but he has a mod wrench over here. He can come on by. Number one pool player says, I just do this for fun, would never be a YouTuber. There he is. I'm back on the YouTube site. Eli, Alex, the Beer Master's in the house, bro. I'm going to give you a big round of applause, brother. Well, Alex, thank you for being over on Facebook for a bit. I hadn't checked on the Facebook side of things in a little while, but glad to see you here, bro. How you been, man? How are things going in your neck of the woods? Anyway, so let's say you make a deal, you do a gentleman handshake, right? Or a handshake in general with another YouTuber that decided to collab with you. Is that good enough to, grasp their level of integrity? No. You got to take chances, right? You got to take chances. Typically, if you work on one or two projects with another YouTuber, you're going to be able to see if they have integrity or they lack integrity based on what they've done. I've attempted to collaborate with several YouTubers, and I would say for the most part, about 90% of my collaborations have gone well, but 10% of them went the opposite way. Why? Because they were the wrong people. They ended up being a part of some drama groups I used to be a part of. And you got to understand one thing, folks. There are always two sides to everything. There are the good people and the bad people. There are people on this platform that create good content and bad content. And the people that create the bad content, that I like to call the drama content, they need people like myself on the good side of things as a lolcow to entertain their audience, right? Okay? So you got to watch out for that. So So if you're dealing with a creator that's doing that, let's say, you agree to collaborate with someone, and then, they say they're going to do this, and if you do this and you work on these projects, right? So you do something for them a couple times. Next thing you know, they stab you in the back and they make you a lolcow to their audience, right? So at that point, you're like, okay, this person has no integrity. I don't want to work with this person anymore. You got to cut that person off. You understand what I'm saying? Don't continue to try to work with someone that flat out shows you they have a lack of integrity. There are many other people out there that have full integrity that are not only going to make your life easier, but you're gonna just reach success. Both of you are going to reach success much quicker and easier than trying to convert someone that has no integrity to someone that would have full integrity. People either have integrity or they don't. You got to identify that as quickly as possible. American Dream 6.2. Alex, the Beard Master is in the house. That's right. Alex, the Beard Master says, I'm doing excellent, my friend, doing excellent. Well, that's great to hear. That's great to hear, Alex. Number one pool player. If you don't take chances in life, you will never get anywhere. That's true. That's true. No risk, no reward. Number one pool player. No risk, no reward. That's what I keep telling people. But here's the thing, and I've done streams on this before, I'll do them again. It's about taking the right risks and identifying people that are playing games and have a lack of integrity, like we're talking about here tonight, and avoiding those people like the plague, right? So you got to take risks. You got to be open to the risks, right? But you got to take risks that are better risks than others, right? Don't just take any risk for any reason. Take the right risks, and that's going to head you off in the right direction, much quicker. Okay. If you make a couple mistakes, no problem. Try to identify those mistakes as quickly as possible and then get back right on track. But just because you made some mistakes, don't let that stop you or hold you back from taking future risks. Because like number one pool player mentioned, no risk, no reward pretty much. You got to take chances. You will never get anywhere. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's interesting to me that we all of a sudden have 30 people in the box right now. I don't know where they came from, but feel free to say hello, unless you're banned here from the past. It's all good. It's all good. Come and go as you wish. Feel free to hit that super chat too if you'd like. The super chat is open, folks. Folks, if you would like to donate to further support this channel, please, there are many ways you can do that. The easiest way is to go down to the bottom of the YouTube chat, hit that super chat. You can send a highlighted message, for a specific dollar amount. The more that you spend on your super chat, the longer the highlighted message stays highlighted at the top of the chat. You can also send a super sticker. You can also become a channel member here on the YouTube side of things. I've got 5 membership packages ranging from $4.99 to $99.99. They all get you the exact same thing. It's just up to you how much you want to sponsor the channel. And here's the thing. Even if you sponsor at the $4.99 level, at any time, you can always upgrade your membership. Now, again, all 5 of my sponsorship packages, my membership packages are sponsorships. They'll get you the exact same thing. So the $99.99 Superfan sponsor package will get you the same thing as the $4.99, sponsor package. It's just up to you how much you want to donate to support this channel. All right. So you can also, PayPal or Cash App. Those links are below the description of Facebook and YouTube. And also, Nightbot is sharing my PayPal and Cash App links every 7 minutes in the chat. If you are on the YouTube or Facebook side of things and you do send a donation through Cash App or through PayPal, please make me aware of it in the chat so I can acknowledge you and thank you, because I probably will not get those notifications on my phone until afterwards, and I want to make sure that I properly thank you. So that is that, folks. We are at 50 minutes right now. What I'm going to do is step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. And when I get back, I'm going to go over this amazing blog here called 6 Steps to Leading a Life of Integrity from the Psychology Today website, one of my favorite websites. And I will also be sharing that link on Facebook and YouTube in the description sections at the end of the stream. So you folks can check it out and pay props to the author as well. Let's see. I'm going to... keeping people positive in your circle is the only way to go. Keep the negative away. Absolutely, number one poll player. Do I know you? I'm just kind of curious. Are you somebody from the past? Listen, I'm not trying to dox anybody. I'm just curious. Like, do you know me for a while? Just kind of wondering. America Dream 6.2, positive energy. That's right. That's absolutely right. Okay, so let me cue up some. Let me cue up some royalty-free YouTube music here. Give me a second. Just need one more. Just need one more. All right, folks. I'm going to step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. Just like I said a second ago, when I get back, we're going to go over that amazing blog, 6 Steps to Leading a Life of Integrity. You're not going to miss this. It's a very interesting blog. I have my own spin on it. I will also be answering your questions in the chat. Please feel free to get your questions in while I'm on break or even after that, and I'll get to them in between this blog. Any type of question relating to the topic of this show or any other business or personal question you may have regarding your life. So stick around. We'll be right back. Like magic, he's back. Poof! Like magic, he's back. Right, Moonchild, that you're still around. I feel good. Do you feel good? Let me know if you feel good in the chat today. All right.
They don't see things the same.
Two walk like two out the door. All right.
Then you have magic.
All right. Yeah. Get ready. Up, 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 up. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Up, up, up. Feel it. Feel it. Yeah. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands and feel real good. It is not stupid to feel good. Let me repeat, it is not stupid to feel good. You know what, American Dream? I've seen some of the streams, some of the replays of your streams where you were feeling good and dancing a little bit. And you got highly scrutinized for that. By the wrong people, by the way. You know, people that really don't care. But you know what? You were being you. And I actually appreciate you when you're like that because you're being authentic and you're being real. And you're just having a good time and enjoying yourself and sharing yourself with this universe. I like that. I like that a lot. Moonchild, I'm trying to feel good eating soup. All right, that's great. Okay. All right. With that being said, welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube and once again also simulcasting live on Facebook. Glad you could all join me tonight on this beautiful Wednesday evening. It's Hump Day, Wednesday, the middle of the week. Hopefully your week has gone well. It is Wednesday, February 17th, 2021. If you're watching this live, and if you're here on the replay, thank you for joining me on the replay. Please feel free to comment on YouTube or Facebook if you're here on the replay, and I will respond to your comments as soon as possible. Tonight, we are discussing surround yourself with high integrity people, and everything else naturally falls into place. One more time, surround yourself with high integrity people, and everything else naturally falls into place. I gotta tell you, folks, I've said this before, I'll say it again. You are who you associate with. One more time. You are who you associate with, right? If you associate yourself with people that are full of drama and hate, then you are a drama king or queen and a hateful person. That's the truth. If you associate yourself with positive, uplifting, outgoing, energetic, and happy type of people, then that's the kind of person you are, right? If you're a good person, why would you want to associate with negative people? On the flip side, if you're a negative person, why would you want to associate with positive people? Now, what you should do if you're a negative person is work on yourself and become more positive, and then you can hang out with folks like us. But that's up to you, right? When you surround yourself with high integrity people, folks, everything else in life just happens naturally because people with integrity are not going to try to take advantage of you. They're not going to seek anything from you. They just want to get to know you. Life, in my opinion, is about networking and making friends and just meeting a lot of people. The more people that you meet and the better quality people that you meet, you know, everything in life that you desire will just happen naturally. Why? Because good people naturally want to help other good people, right? I'm the kind of person with no obligation. Like if, for example, let's say that, somebody came to me and made me aware that, they've been trying to find a job in this industry. And let's say that they're not a paid coaching client. They're not a sponsor of this channel. They haven't super chatted or sent any donations. and I happen to know a hiring manager in their area that could hire them for the job that they've been looking for, do you think I'm going to say, hey, I can help you? I can help you get this job. I'll get you this job, but you're going to have to pay me my coaching fee. No, that's not the way I work. Out of the kindness of my heart, I would naturally connect that person and refer that person to the hiring manager I know, as long as I can trust that person and have gotten to know them, right? So when you surround yourself with positive people that are uplifting, are not selfish, and are more about helping other people and giving, right? Things will come back to you in the long run. It just works out in incredible, amazing ways. Does that make sense to you, folks? Does that make sense to you? Now, let's see. American Dream with the thumbs up and the claps and the music emojis during the break. Not Center to Gaming. Hey, everyone, I'm back. Had a phone call come in. No problem, Will. No problem. Welcome back to the show, bro. American Dream 6.2. I had so much silly fun. Yes, you did, bro, and I loved it. I've seen some of your replays, and I really loved it. You know, I've got to say something here. I don't really know what's happening here, and I really don't care, to be honest with you. It's funny to me how I had about 30 viewers before I went on break. Then I went back down to 6. Now I'm back from break, and it's fluctuating 27 to 30, right? And it makes me wonder, who keeps coming back and forth. Hey, if you're not blocked on my channel on YouTube, please chat in the chat. If you're not chatting, then I can only assume something is up, which I really don't care, because you folks are giving me monetized playbacks. Oh boy, I have a feeling I'm about to get botted here. Oh, and that's what this dude's going to do, right? You're going to bot me, dude? I'm not going to mention your name. I'm not even going to talk about you. I'm done. But what are you going to do, dude? Are you going to bot me? Are you botting me like with a low-level botting system for free that you've created or you figured out? Oh, God. It's funny to me, even people that call me their lolcow, right, and don't like me, they're obsessed with me. They can't get enough of Coach Eli. That's fine. That's all right. Hopefully, at some point, I can help, shed some positivity to you folks. And maybe that might, put you in a better place mentally and emotionally, and it'll turn your life around and become a better person. But hey, one can only hope, right? Absolutely, Coach Eli. It makes sense, says American Dream 6.2. Thank you. American Dream 6.2 furthermore says, good people want to help improve people, not like these other ones that try to criticize and destroy you and get you fired from your jobs because of YouTube. Well, yeah, these are insecure people, American Dream 6.2. They're insecure, immature, mentally and emotionally unstable people. I mean, I'm not saying that to be critical. Those are the facts. I mean, why would any grown man or woman behave in these ways, right? If they're happy within themselves, right? Happy people like to surround themselves with other happy people and help each other out get ahead with no obligation, right? Unhappy people, miserable people, for whatever reason they're miserable for, they like to dwell in their own misery and surround themselves with other people like that, right? Because miserable people know that positive people want nothing to do with miserable people, right? So they have to settle for other miserable people, which further sets them back and sends them down the opposite way, right? Now, let me share this. I'm going to turn up the chat here for a second on the screen. Now, do you see this sign here? This sign here says authenticity, right? Authenticity. You want to surround yourself with authentic people, right? And I saw this image on Pixabay, where I get my royalty-free and copyright-free images. And it really made a lot of sense here because, folks, this right here is the road to authenticity, right? And the road to authenticity, right? I just said that. It is the city of authentic people, right? Authenticity. Ha, 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 ha. Very funny, Eli. Authenticity. Turn the chat back on. American Dream, number one pool player, Moonchild, Will, from, I got to get used to your new channel name, Not So Nerdy Gaming. You like the background tonight? What are you posting about the background? Anyway, I have to keep on refreshing, not sure what's going on. Is anyone else having buffering problems or anything? Let me check out the YouTube app and see if we're rolling smoothly. Let me see. I have to keep on refreshing, not sure what's going on. Is anyone else having buffering problems or anything? Well, Moonchild, we look good. That's YouTube right there on my iPhone 12 Pro Max. You know, let me see. It's all good. I have to keep on refreshing, not sure. All right. Maybe it's your connection or maybe it's just your area. Sometimes the YouTube servers act up in certain areas and it just takes a little while. But are you back to normal, Moonchild? Let's see. Good people are fine to meet, but I don't get close to anyone. How come, number one poll player? And I'm not trying to be mean. You've been very respectful, and I want to be respectful to you. Is that an insecurity? Are you male or are you female, number one poll player? I'm assuming you're male, but please forgive me if you're not. But I don't get too close to anyone. I mean, like, I don't feel the need to have to get too close to every person I meet, but I'm not opposed to it. Like, I live life by the horns, okay? I take things one step at a time. I leave my options open, which is what I'm trying to say. I don't close myself off to anything happening. Like I did, or like I showed in the background of my show yesterday, I'm all about possibilities, right? That's what my background showed. Many different routes of possibilities. So I don't close myself off, but hey, to each its own, you know, to each its own. I just think it's much more healthy. It's a much more healthy way to live if you leave your options open and you don't just shut anything out, you know. But I get it. I understand what you're saying. He's a bot buddy. Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to talk about him really tonight. I don't want to talk about him ever again. American Dream, I'll talk with you privately about what happened between the last day or two since we talked. Some interesting things transpired, and I'll share that with you later tonight if we get a chance to talk. If not, we can talk tomorrow. Not a big deal. They have done that to me in the past and recently, of course, because they're pathetic losers, bro. They're insecure, immature, mentally and emotionally unstable people. They're very unhappy people. And they've all conglomerated together, you know, to make you and I, they're lolcows, like they say, lolcow. How mature is it for people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s to conglomerate together and, you know, attack other YouTubers and call them lolcows, right? How professional is that? How mature is that, right? Like, these people act like little kids. That's the thing. That one dude that you're talking about acts like a little kid, and he's a grown man that's married with 2 young children. Like what kind of example does that set for your kids, right? I mean, you know, seriously. And if he's going to come and say, I don't do this in front of my kids. Well, what if your kids watch your YouTube channel? And kids are smart. They're going to wonder what daddy's doing. Oh, daddy's on YouTube. Let's watch and see what daddy's doing. Oh, he's saying some pretty hateful things to these YouTubers out there. Like, what kind of example does that teach your kids, man? Seriously, you know? American Dream 6.2, I love meeting new people, but bad people drain the good energy right out of your blood. That's why American Dream, what I teach here is how to pre-qualify people. You always want to pre-qualify people. That's why when I talk about meeting a woman for the first time, meet her for 30 minutes in a supermarket parking lot, just sit in each other's cars, you know, sit in her car or your car and just talk for 30 minutes and see if there's chemistry. And if you go on that second date, then you know she's interested at least, right? I teach people how to maximize, their wins and minimize their losses. You're not going to win at everything. Life is like a game of poker. You're not going to win every hand, but if you play your cards right, you can maximize your winnings and minimize your losses. And at the end of the day, you're going to be ahead more than behind, right? You know what I mean? Wrestler Mania, Jamie's in the house. On my way to bed, saw you were live, so I had to come by for a quick hello and a few minutes of support. Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you for stopping by. I hope all is well with you. Not So Nerdy Gaming with the thumbs up. Moonshot says nice. American Dream 6.2 with the thumbs up. No buffering issues here, says Wrestler Mania. Okay, says Moonchild. Yes, says Moonchild. We're good. Yes, I was before you went on break, says number one pool player. Okay, I forgot what you were talking about. He's a male. Oh, okay, Coach, says Dream for the phone call. All right. So we're all good. All right, let's go ahead and switch on over to the browser source and let's get to this article here on the Psychology Today website, written by Robert Taibbi, Taibbi. And he runs a company called Fixing Families. I know of one family that needs fixing, maybe a few, maybe more than a few. But we'll leave that one alone. We'll leave it alone. And the title of the blog is 6 Steps to Leading a Life of Integrity. One more time, 6 Steps to Leading a Life of Integrity. Having integrity is a matter, is bringing the inner you into your outer world. Having integrity is a matter. I think there's a typo there. It should be a matter of bringing the inner you into your outer world. Wow, that's not that professional, but that's okay. Look at that. It should be having integrity is a matter of bringing the inner you into your outer world. But I'm not going to be the grammar Nazi. I really like this article. This was written on July 15, 2017. So about 3.5 years ago, still very relevant to this day. Much like Justice Stewart's famous comment about pornography, I may not be able to define it, but I know it when I see it. Integrity, too, is something that we may not easily define, but we know it when we see it. Absolutely. And we also know when there's a lack of integrity. The funny thing is, when we see a lack of integrity, let's say, let's go back to the same example, which is what I'm trying to say that I mentioned earlier. You got the super sexy woman in her 20s, a guy in his 20s gets attention from a super hot girl that he's never had before, and her intentions are to extract his resources, money, gifts, right? And because he's not experienced, he doesn't realize that because he's never had a sexy woman pay attention to him, he ends up giving in to her, right? And doesn't realize that she has a lack of integrity, right? Now, as you get older, you learn this, right? To us guys in our 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond, and I hope you've learned this by this point, if you saw that type of woman, you'd be able to figure out what her intentions are. And see, these women, they've approached me many times, right? What do? I pick up on their game right away. I know what they want. But what do? I say, well, how about we meet for 30 minutes, in a Safeway parking lot just to see if there's chemistry, right? And then we can go on a second date. And they're like, no, I'm not into that. I'm not that kind of girl. I'd rather meet you in a public place, like a bar for a drink or something like that. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that until I know that you're worthy of my time and my money and that you have integrity, right? You see how you can figure it out? See, Dream, does that make sense to you, bro? When we're younger, we don't think about these things. We think about the hot girl is paying attention to us. And because we haven't had that in the past, and we're young and dumb and full of what and immature, right? At that point, we act like a sick puppy dog. right? And typically the first time around, maybe the second time too, we get taken advantage of, right? But then we learn from it. Hopefully you learn from it. People either have it or they don't, it seems, and we generally associate the word with those who seem to have a strong moral compass. I have a very strong moral compass. That's why I love the people on the other side. The hateful people, the insecure and mature people don't like me because my moral compass is so high that, they think I'm this goody-goody. No, I just, I'm a respectful person, a considerate person, and a law-abiding citizen, and I play by the rules. So, with those who seem to have a strong moral compass, clear and consistent principles, another good one right there, and a bold honesty about themselves. There's nobody that's more bold and honest than me. I'm not trying to say I'm all that, but I'm extremely bold and honest, almost to a fault, to the point of where people feel like, wow, he's pretty intense. No, I'm not intense. I'm just really honest. And if you are not an honest person, and you're trying to pull one on me, because I'm bold and honest, I'm not going to let you get away with what you're trying to do. So instead of you acknowledging that and appreciating it for being a good person, you attack it because it completely is the opposite of what you're looking for, right? Being bold and honest is going to prevent you from going down the wrong road with the wrong people, because you're going to be able to identify the wrong things and call these people out and move on, right? It is part of their character, right? Absolutely, it is part of their character. But integrity is actually more complex. There's another layer that often gets misunderstood or glossed over. The word is derived from the Latin word integritas, which means whole or complete, right? I have a lot of integrity and I'm very whole and very complete, okay? It is related to integrate or being together. This is the aspect I'm most intrigued by. Integrity as a psychological process, an integration of your outer life and inner life, two sides coming together. Right. Before you can show people on the outside who you are and be that good person, you have to know who you are on the inside. Right? Like I've been saying all along, you got to love yourself first before you can love other people. Right? Okay? In our society, such as integration can be hard to come by. Many of us, I believe, are disconnected from our true inner core. I'm not. I'm so in tune with my inner core. When I was younger, I wasn't. And many people I've encountered in my life on and off of social media and on and off of YouTube, are disconnected, from their true inner core. And that's why I do what I do here. I want to help people become more connected to their true inner core and be their real selves. It's going to help you, get ahead and get what you want much easier and quicker and spare you a lot of heartache, right? While others of us rarely reveal it, right? Because we're afraid. It's an insecurity. A lot of guys are afraid to express their emotions. Nothing wrong with a guy expressing their emotions every now and then. Just don't overdo it. But if you don't express any emotion, then you're not a human being, right? Women love it when a guy can express themselves emotionally, but can also be a strong man and knows how to balance it. If you're emotionally closed off, a good woman is not going to give you the time of day because she wants to bond with you emotionally, right? There's another example right there. Instead, we slap on a social persona to carry us through our day. Have you heard of the phrase, fake it till you make it? Now, there are some good aspects to that phrase, but if you take it too far and you're completely somebody you're not to try to accomplish something, you're going to fail every time. Just be yourself. Be yourself. And over time, this becomes more and more who we begin to believe we are. Right. A lot of people, again, they pretend to be something they're not because they feel they're not going to be respected and accepted any other way. And they pretend to be that person that they're not for such a long time, to the point of where they themselves start believing that that's who they really are when they're not. That really messes that type of person up. In that situation, I'd have to refer you to a licensed professional, like a psychologist or psychiatrist, because that requires some more serious help than I'm qualified to help you with. Can we create this integration and develop this integrity? Can we reshape our lives to become like those people we admire and respect who seem so authentic and honest? I believe we can. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you folks understand this. This makes perfect sense. Can we create this integration and develop this integrity? Can we reshape our lives to become like those people we admire and respect? You can become anyone you want. How much do you want it? How much do you love yourself? How open are you to connecting with other people and helping them genuinely first with no obligation? Who seem so authentic and honest? I believe we can. Here are some suggestions on how to begin. So before we get to that, let me check out the chat real quick. James Pink, integrity is important. Hey, James, are you a new stock account? Let's check out your channel here. I bet it was started today. Let's check it out. Joined February 10th, 2021. So James, you've been on YouTube for 7 days. How'd you find out about this channel, James? Welcome to the show. Oh, man. Number one pool player says, that's why my employees love working for me. I tell them how it is. They tell me I'm too honest. No, you can never be too honest. They're just not used to being that honest. It's refreshing. Not So Nerdy Gaming and American Dream are keeping their eyes on James Pink. Is that what those eyes are for? You're keeping your eyes on James Pink? You know James Pink is a troll, right? But James Pink is being okay for now. Oh, you're through Rogue. Oh, okay. So you're not actually a troll then. Well, maybe you are kind of trolling. Maybe you're on a sock account. Yeah, you found out about me through the stream I did regarding Lichen Theory, Jamie, in response to Rogue's stream. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the stream that I did. Rogue did a great job on that, bro. He did an awesome job. All I did was fill in the missing gaps that he didn't have the information on. I've known Jamie, Lichen Theory, and all these people that Rogue was talking about for like 4 years. And I've been through the ringer, up and down, left, right, front, back with all these people, man. And I've moved on. So thank you for being here. My apologies for calling you a troll, but you got to understand, bro, there's a lot of trolling going on out here, right? It's all good, though. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Step 1, discover your inner life. If integrity is about having your outer world truly reflect your inner world, the first step is taking the time and thought to drill down and explore and discover who you are. What is your unique inner being? Right. Who are you deep within? Who do you want to be? How do you want to represent yourself to the world? Ask yourself, how do you want others to treat you? How do you want others to treat you? If you want them to treat you good, how will you treat them? I mean, this is a very common phrase you've heard many times, but treat others the way you want to be treated, right? Okay? What are the gifts that you alone possess that you can contribute to the world and those around you? What do you have to offer this world with no obligation? Because when you do it with no obligation, that builds rapport and trust with people to the point of where, hey, they may reciprocate to you down the road. Just like out here on YouTube. I run my shows for free, right? If people want to become a channel member or super chat or PayPal or send Cash App, that's on them. I don't ask them to do it. Well, I make them aware of it, right? Nothing wrong with making people aware of it, right? But I don't beg them or force them, and they're not going to give money unless they feel like it anyway, right? Just give, and give. And the more you give, from the bottom of your heart with no expectation, the more you're going to get back in the long run. There are several steps of discovery. Number 1, find and define your sense of purpose. I vividly remember a lecture by a Buddhist monk who said that while most people associate Buddhism with a deeply contemplative, meditative life, the reality couldn't be more different because Buddhists believe in reincarnation. The monk said, being a human being is the greatest opportunity you can have. It absolutely is. It's fascinating to me. Human life form is fascinating. All life form is fascinating to me. Other forms of life don't have what you have, namely the ability to control their lives, to make choices, to set their destiny. Only humans do. Our dogs, cats, our pets, they can't live without us. They need us, right? We are self-sustaining individuals. We're fascinating creatures. We are. Being human, said the monk, is a gift, one that we need to appreciate and grasp, and in my opinion, embrace. Embrace who you are. Take advantage of this time and opportunity in the cycle of life and act boldly. He was talking about action, but also implying purpose. With this unique ability to choose and control what do you truly want to do with the opportunity and time that you have? Right. So what are you going to do with your life? Are you going to waste it a day? Are you going to waste it away, which is what I'm trying to say? And get involved with drama and crazy people and do stupid things? Or are you going to surround yourself with people that have a high level of integrity and want to move forward in the same ways you want to move forward, so you can move forward together, right? When you associate with those types of people, which is what I'm trying to say. Okay. While some of us know our callings and passions early on, for more of us, that discovery only comes through a process of exploration. You got to explore. You got to try things out. I didn't learn everything I know today in one day. This is 47 years of experience coming out here on this channel on what I do as a coach. Of traveling down one road only to back up and take another. Yeah. Right. So sometimes you may go down the wrong road. Like, let me just show you again. In my opinion, this is the proper road to go down, the authentic road. Okay. Whoops, I just turned off my video. Sorry, wrong button. I want to turn off the chat. You should go down the road of authenticity, right? The city of authentic people, authenticity. That's the proper road to go down right there, right? Okay? But sometimes you might go down the wrong road, whether it be intentionally, hopefully not intentionally, but let's say it's unintentionally, right? Sometimes you go down the wrong road unintentionally. So you have to back up and go down the right road. How many times have you folks used a GPS, you miss an exit, and you got to turn around, right? All you do is you turn around, and then you start heading back on the right road, and you're going to get to where you need to get to or want to get to, right? Right. All right. That's fine. What doesn't work is sitting on a couch and expecting to somehow just figure it all out. You got to work on yourself, folks. You got to work on yourself. You can't be lazy. You got to put yourself out there. If you want to accomplish something, you got to put yourself out there. And like number one pool player was saying earlier, you got to take chances. Take risks, but take good, logical risks, right? But even the couch sitting isn't where many of us can get stuck. The bigger problem is that we never take the time or have the courage to ask such questions at all because we're insecure and we're afraid what other people are going to think about us if we ask those questions, right? The truth of the matter is, not asking those questions are going to more so harm you, than asking those questions, getting the right answer, and dealing with any repercussion or hate from people that you feel you may get that from, right? Give me a second here. Okay, hang on a second. Instead, we prematurely settle. We set our expectations of ourselves and life too low. We push such issues to the back burner of our lives, and we get so busy running our lives that we don't live our lives. Or we're living our lives in the ways that, society, you perceive society wants us to live our lives, right? You live your life for yourself and what you want to make out of it, not what someone else wants you to be, right? I get it. So the starting point to creating a life of integrity is to ask these questions about purpose and opportunity and to keep them always simmering on the front burner of your life. Be willing to acknowledge and then explore your passions, callings, and motivations, and intentionally sort through and set priorities. Prioritize things in order of importance, okay? The way I prioritize things in the past, I mentioned it on some past streams a while back. If you have a list of 10 things, okay, let's say 2 things will take you 3 hours to complete each, and the other 8 things are going to take you 15 minutes each. Get the 8 done that take 15 minutes each, right? You get those done in one day. And then you can focus over the next few days to finish the other 2 that take 3 hours each. Don't go and do the ones that take 3 hours each first because you're going to feel less accomplished after one day. You understand what I'm saying? So, intentionally sort through and set priorities. You got to set priorities. You got to hold yourself accountable. Sit down with yourself and decide on the meaning of work and relationships for you rather than simply taking what you get. Right. You can create such an awesome path of greatness as long as you believe in yourself. And you set priorities, you set goals, you hold yourself accountable, you stick to it no matter what happens, no matter what other people say, whether it's your family, your friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, haters on the internet, haters off the internet. No matter what anyone says, keep moving forward. Believe in yourself. Sort out shoulds and wants. This is important. Let me get the chat here real quick and see what's going on. James says, yeah, that's how I saw his stream on this Lycan guy. Moonshot, the golden rule. American dream with the eyes. Number 1 pool player. I don't care what people think of me. I'm my own person. I'm number 1 in my life. Absolutely. That's the right attitude to have. Deep within. Right. You don't go out there, number 1 pool player, and say, I don't care what people think about me, right? But you think that deep within, and it radiates, to people that they can't mess with you, right? Like, you're a good guy, but they can't mess with you. Believe in ourselves says dream. Okay. Let's continue here. Number 2, sort out shoulds and wants. Asking these big questions sets the discovery process in motion, but now other psychological and emotional challenges may rear their heads. You can get confused, befuddled, and overwhelmed by the choices. You may have trouble identifying what it is you truly feel. Guilt and self-criticism can rise up as you struggle to sort out the contradictory rules and expectations that come from parents and society. You are too inside your head. Like I just said a second ago, don't let anyone get in the way of your success. Okay? You're going to have friends, family, even your parents, your brothers, your sisters, okay? Your father, your mother, aunt, uncle, your best friends, your close, circle of friends, maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend, your husband or wife, kids, whatever. You're going to have people that are going to come at you and tell you not to do what you really want to do. Okay? Only you know what's right for yourself. Okay? Don't get too inside your head. Don't let these people get in your head either. Be you. You know what you want. Own it, move forward, and make it happen. Instead of your gut, consider your heart. This is where passion and sense of purpose come from. Your wants and desires and bursts of excitement, rather than the staid shoulds that wag their fingers and scold. As I've mentioned in another post, this move from shoulds to wants is a matter of literally literally rewiring your brain, changing where your information about you comes from. It requires that you keep your ear close to your heart, and then, as the monk said, take actions. What sounds better? I really want to be successful at this particular thing, okay? Or I'm going to be successful at this particular thing. Should, want, right? Should, want, right? So how much do you want it? You may ask yourself, should you do it? Or I want to do it. What's going to motivate you, right? When I started this life coaching business 4 years ago, I said, hey, I want to be a life coach because I want to help people. I didn't say, should I be a life coach? I didn't go around asking people, even my girlfriend at the time. I didn't ask anybody. I came to that on my own. I wanted to do this. This is who I really am. Okay. Each time you do listen to and act upon these gut and heart impulses, however faint, this source of information about you becomes ever stronger in your brain and life. But this, once again, requires courage. You got to have courage. You got to be strong because people are going to come at you from everywhere. Like I said, friends, family, haters on and off the internet. Okay. Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, kids. People are going to come at you. How much do you want it? How much do you want it? Right? But once again, this once again requires courage, that essential ingredient of integrity, to step away from the crowd and listen to your own inner voice. Give me a second here. My apologies. I had to clear my throat. Number 3, define your values and visions. We have purpose and gut and heart, but this is not enough. This combination can lead easily to a narcissistic, greedy, or impulse-driven life rather than one of integrity. The final step in this discovery process is to filter all this information through your own values, your vision of a good life and a good person you can be proud of. The key here is your values, not merely copying those of others. I have excellent morals, values, and ethics. One of the key aspects to being a good person and becoming successful at anything is having great morals, values, and ethics. Do everything honestly, ethically, and with the right intentions. And eventually, you'll reach success. Other people that reach success faster typically do not have morals, values, and ethics. And while they may be able to get ahead faster, it's not going to be sustainable long term. To be sustainable long term, have good morals, values, and ethics, and do things the right way. And when you end up growing, no matter how long it takes, it'll be sustainable forever. As long as you want it to be sustainable for, right? Okay, the final step in this discovery process is to filter all this information. I think I read that through your own values or vision of a good life and a good person you can be proud of. You got to be proud of yourself. I'm proud of what I do. Are you proud of what you do? You should be. If not, why are you doing it? The key here is your values, not merely copying those of others. Like purpose, values too are to be discovered and evolved, but also like purpose, they require that you put them on the front burner. Intentionally decide what it is you want those values and visions to be. Okay? I'm sorry, I have this itch on my nose. It's an itch for good luck. Whenever something good's about to happen, I get this itch and it just won't stop. Your purpose defines you, especially if you're a man. Even if you're a woman, because women have been liberated, but more so for men, your purpose is what defines you, and your purpose is not a woman if you're dating one or you're married to one. You respect her, and in turn she respects you, and you're good to her. But your purpose is not her. Your purpose is what defines you, the type of work you enjoy doing, and other things that make you who you are. Okay? Other things you enjoy doing. That defines you. That's your purpose, right? Okay? When Not So Nerdy Gaming heard me talk about that the first time, he started thinking about that. I even had him on a live stream. We talked about it earlier on. I think it was either late last year or early this year. Started thinking about his purpose. What is my purpose? And he had one of those moments, the oh poop moment. I'm not going to say the S word. I'm trying to keep this channel clean, so I don't get demonetized or get less ad revenue. I'm trying to be better, more professional too. He had an OS moment, an oh poop moment. Oh, what is my purpose? He figured it out, and he's turned his life around. Again, Will, Not So Nerdy Gaming, I'm very proud of you. Your purpose is everything, folks. The challenge here is shaping blunt values into clear behavioral principles. Saying, for example, that family is important to you may be of value, but it is too slack and doesn't go far enough in giving you a clear path. What it does mean to you to truly value, what does it mean to you to truly value family? What does it mean to you? What it means to me is I'm grateful and thankful for the way they raised me and the tools they gave me to become the man I am today. What does it mean to you? Ask yourself that. Where does family fit into the other priorities of your life? Right. How important is family to you? It's very important to me. What does valuing family mean in terms of how you treat them, how you relate to them in the everyday? Well, I love my family no matter what. That's an unconditional love, right? But do they always tell me what I want to hear? No, they love me. They're going to be hard on me, and I understand that. And I accept that, right? But I value them tremendously because without them, I would be nothing. They made me who I am, and I'm grateful and thankful for it. Again, the answers can come only after you have asked yourself such difficult questions. What you think about becomes who you are. Be intentional in what you think about. I keep hearing the word intentional. Be intentional about things. If you're intentional about anything you want to accomplish, you're going to make it work. It is your intention to do so, right? You have to make it your intention before you can make it happen, right? After taking the time and having the courage to travel through the landscape of your inner self, you now face your second task in the process, carrying it forward into your everyday outer life. Absolutely. I have nothing to add to that. Just couldn't have said it better myself. So, folks, we're getting close to the end of the show, probably another 10 to 15 minutes, so get your questions in, and maybe even less than that. There's not a whole lot more to go through here. But let me check out the chat here real quick. Number one pool player, 100. Number one pool player, is this what you do full time? Yes. I used to be an insurance broker for about 13 years, and I sold my insurance business a little over 6 months ago, and I'm doing this full time. I've got a sponsor of this channel, a good friend of mine that runs a marketing company. I believe I mentioned my sponsor at the beginning of this show. At least I hope I did. I can't remember if I did. I don't think I did. Well, we'll let this one go. It's all right. But yeah, it's what I do full time. It's what I do full time. I've been working on it for 4 years. I was working both jobs till I got it to the level I needed it to get to. And then I sold my business. I sold my insurance business. So, I've got the resources to be able to do this. It's not easy to build an audience for this type of business, but I'm very grateful and thankful to have the resources to do it. I'll just put it to you that way. American Dream 6.2, 100, and the thumbs up. Thank you, American Dream. Number one pool player, I've learned the hard way. Don't take shortcuts in life. I've lost a lot. Never take shortcuts. I was late, didn't hear that. Well, you have to go back and check out the replay because the rewind feature is off here on YouTube and on Facebook. Lisa is in the house 38 minutes ago. I like the background. Lisa says, nope. Pre-qualified, that's good, she says, 35 minutes ago. And no one's there. Sorry I missed you, Lisa, but I liked you on the Facebook side of things. Thank you for popping on in. All right. Let's continue here. Step number 2. Have your outer life represent your inner life. Absolutely. Show who you are deep within by your behavior is what that's saying. In some ways, the psychological heavy lifting is done. Now it is about translation and application. How do I have my inner life reflect me? Right. How you feel within is how you're going to come off to everyone else. Keep saying it. How you see yourself is how the rest of the world's going to see you. If you haven't seen the movie and read the book The Secret, I suggest both highly. That movie changed my life. I kid you not. That movie changed my life. Dream, if you have not seen The Secret, number one pool player, Moonchild, Will, you're not so into gaming, anyone else. If you have not seen the movie The Secret, highly recommend it. Highly, highly. Number 1, make clear decisions. Think of your inner life as a foundation on which you build your outer life. Right. How you see yourself and feel about yourself deep within is how you're going to exude that to the world. It's going to affect how you build your outer life because you need other people to help build your other life. You can't do it alone, no matter what you think. Build is the operative word because it is about being intentional. Ooh, intentional. Through the filter of your values. Morals, values, ethics, very important. You keep seeing this, keep hearing it. There's a purpose why you keep hearing it. Your sense of purpose, there you go. Your sense of purpose, your gut instincts, and desires. You want to make clear decisions. I can't add to that. It's beautiful. What am I going to add to a practically perfectly written statement there? That does not mean the decisions are easy. They're never easy. It's always a challenge. If life was easy, it'd be boring. It wouldn't be interesting, right? Do you take a less stressful job so you have more time to spend with your kids? For example, do you take a more stressful job, but one that pays more and allows you to provide more opportunities for your kids, like a college education? Tough. It's a tough one. I've seen people take less pay to have less stress and more family time. But then it may not give them as much money to take as many vacations or do as many extracurricular activities. I've also seen people take stressful jobs and work all the time. My father would work all the time when I was young. And I very rarely saw my father. I would see him, for a little bit when he would come home from work late at night. If I stayed up late, especially on a school night, when I did that, he didn't like that. But I missed my dad. He would work 12 to 14 hours a day, 6-7 days a week to provide for the family. But we never, ever suffered because of that. And my mother took care of my brother and I. My mother was a traditional, homemaker, housekeeper back then, right? It's a tough one. It is. You gotta make clear decisions, and that's up to you how you want to do that. I would rather do something that's less stressful. That's why I do this. This is a career here that has unlimited income earning potential. It's also not a stressful thing for me to do, and I love doing it. You got to figure out what's going to work for yourself. Again, sort through your priorities and vision. Take your time. Absolutely. And if you need more help, you can reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you. I'd be very happy to help you. Why you don't want to do is, I can't even read. What you don't want to do is drift. There we go. What you don't want to do is drift, okay? Meaning drift off the right path onto the wrong path, or get off course, right? To not be intentional, you want to be intentional, or to let life and circumstance carry you along. Integrity requires that you avoid automatically falling into the easy or popular path. Never take the easy road. Number one pool player in the chat mentioned that. And don't go down the popular path unless it is the right path. Sometimes it may be the right path, but most of the times it's not. It's just what's popular, what's in. But does that work for you? Is that the right road for you to go down? Okay? Don't get stuck down the wrong road. Number two, stay committed to what you believe. This is about being aware and diligent, about checking in with yourself and asking, am I living my life? Am I proud of my life so far measured by my goals and expectations? I absolutely am. This is about having the courage of your convictions that people so often talk about, the willingness to step up and speak. Though difficult at first, this process too gets easier with practice, and as you find what you feared would happen rarely does. Take chances. The process does get easier the more and more you do it. Folks, do you think I just started a YouTube channel and was able to do what I do here on these live streams and in this coaching business? No. This is decades of experience, of building up to having the confidence to do public speaking at the level I do it, to engage people the way that I do it, to speak clearly and accurately about what I talk about. Okay? It's going to be difficult at first. It was for me. But the process gets easier along the way, and it gets a little bit easier each and every day, and you get used to it. Then it defines you. Then it's just a natural thing, right? And like I stated in the title, surround yourself with high integrity people, and everything else naturally falls into place. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? And you tell me. Tell me. All right. Get your questions in, folks. It's the last part. Stay open to change. Stay open to change. If you're not open to suggestions and change, like I mentioned at the beginning of each of my shows, you're not going to move the needle. Might as well not even try. Keep your ear close to those inner voices, and when your inner life changes, as it probably will, take the time to sort and sift and see what to keep and what to let go. But then integrate, be bold, and bring this redefined version of you into your daily life. That's what I've done with myself. Every day. Folks, when was the last day I took a day off from streaming? Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to stream every day for the rest of my life, but I think I've been streaming for at least a week and a half, almost 2 weeks straight. You tell me. Why? I love it. I love what I do. And now that I know there are people here that are counting on me, whether they say it or not, I want to be there for them. I want to be there for them. I love being here for you folks. And it really touches me. It does. I'm sorry. It touches me. But then integrate, be bold, and bring this redefined version to your daily life. I already said that. Acknowledging and adapting to change is what keeps your inner and outer lives in alignment. There are things in life, folks, that we can't control. They're going to change. Okay? All these social media platforms change all the time. Their algorithms, their user interfaces. there's lots of change, folks, and nobody really likes change. But those people like myself that have learned to adapt to change are going to be able to handle it a lot easier and move past it quicker and not allow that change to hold you back or set you back. Creating integrity is not a forced march through, Creating integrity is not a forced march through life. And it is not about not being better, trying harder, and following yet another should. It is about self-honesty and having the courage to hear and accept what your heart and life are telling you so that you can more fully become who you already are. That's beautiful. I'm not going to add into that because I would ruin it. That's beautifully stated. And at the very end, Bob says, it is about connecting you to you. One more time. It is about connecting you to you. And that was 6 steps to leading a life of integrity. Folks, I'm going to switch back over to full screen. Get your questions in. I'll go through the chat one more time on Facebook and YouTube before I get on out of here in a few. I'm going to add this blog link to the YouTube side of things. Give me a second here. Under source, third of the way down. If you refresh now on YouTube or come back on the replay, you'll see it a third of the way down. And I just shared the blog link on Facebook. There it goes. Let me see here. Let me go to the chat one more time on YouTube. I had to step away. Okay, hold on a second. You could do a whole show about intentions. I probably will do that. I think I have it on DVD, says Moonchild. Okay. I had to step away for a minute, says Dream. Go Gadget, Ash. I think The Secret is still on Netflix. It's everywhere. I think you can even find it on YouTube for free. Just search for it. Number one pool player. Public speaking is one of the hardest to do. It gets easier as you go. It absolutely does. It really does. Moonchild, health changes. Not so nerdy gaming. That's the truth. But you must follow the change so you aren't feeling left behind. Absolutely well. Very well stated. And looks like that's going to do it, folks. All right, folks. I'm going to get on out of here. We are at 2 hours and 6 minutes. I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you on the Facebook side for Lisa for stopping by. And Alex was over there initially. Then he came over on YouTube for a little bit. Thank you to Not So Nerdy Gaming. Will, I may or may not be on your stream. I will catch the replay if I don't make it. I may have a phone call to make here that I cannot put off. Sometimes that comes replay because I am curious to see how it's going to pan out for you. And I do want to support you, and I will definitely give you a like. Folks, go over to Not So Nerdy Gaming's channel. Will, if you want to share your link in the chat real quick, that's totally up to you. Mods, feel free to share your channel links or anyone else's in the chat if you'd like. I'm getting things set up on my channel, absolutely. So thank you to Not So Nerdy Gaming. Thank you to Moonchild. Thank you to American Dream 6.2 for being here. Will, thanks again for becoming a channel member. Feel free to cancel anytime. You can cancel after a month. Watch all the videos. No problem. That's up to you. Go Gadget Ash. #1 pool player, and anyone else that I missed. James Pink, thank you so much for being here, folks. With that being said, I'll see you all tomorrow. Have yourselves a great night. And again, see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.